When I first saw her, she was no bigger than a soda can, crouched behind a rusted gear pile in the scrapyard I worked in. At first, I thought it was some kind of advanced surveillance drone. She was pale blue, with translucent wings twitching nervously on her back, and those huge glowing eyes that tracked my every move. Then she whimpered, not a mechanical sound, a soft, frightened, living sound. I froze. Hey, it's okay. I'm not going to hurt you. She flinched as I crouched, shrinking further behind the metal. Her tiny body trembled, limbs clutching her knees, antennae flattened against her head like a scared animal. I had no idea what species she was. Not from any of the registered ones on the galactic net. She looked almost fey, like something out of Earth's old myths. I moved slowly, setting down my lunch, a small slice of synthesized apple bread, and backed away. She didn't touch it while I watched. But when I turned my back and began sorting salvage, I heard a faint rustle. When I turned again, the bread was gone, and so was she. That was day one. She kept watching me. I started bringing extra food, not speaking, just leaving it near the gears and walking away. She never came out when I was near, but I'd return to find crumbs gone. Then one day I made a mistake. A loud crash echoed across the yard as I dropped a rusted engine block too hard. The pile behind me shifted, and with it, a high-pitched scream rang out. I spun, and she was there, trying to scramble away, but her leg was caught beneath a sheet of metal. She was crying. Hey, no, don't move, wait. I knelt, slowly lifting the sheet with the gentlest care I could manage. She sobbed as I did, chest rising and falling too fast. You're hurt, I murmured. It's okay. Let me help you. Her leg was swollen, one delicate wing bent. I knew she wouldn't survive long if I left her. Her species, whatever she was, wasn't built for the harsh wind and grime of this place. I held out my hand. She didn't take it. She just passed out. I built a little bed inside a foam container, lined with the softest cloth I had, an old shirt of mine from Earth. I set up a heat lamp, added bits of dried fruit and sugar gel for her to eat. When she woke, I expected her to panic. Instead, she blinked up at me weakly, eyes filled with something between fear and confusion. You're safe? I said quietly. I'm not your enemy. She didn't speak, but she didn't run either. Over the next few days, we formed a silent routine. She'd sit up when I entered, cautious but not panicked. I'd change her bandage and offer food. I noticed she started watching me longer. Curious. Finally, on the 5th day, she spoke. Name. I turned, surprised. You mean my name? She gave a tiny nod. Jace, I said, offering a smile. What's yours? She hesitated. Lena, a beautiful name. I didn't tell her that. Didn't want to scare her with too much emotion. Nice to meet you, Lena. Once her leg healed, she began exploring my workshop. She was still cautious, still jumpy, but every day she stepped a little closer. Literally. First, she perched on the edge of my workbench, watching. Then she stood on my shoulder as I worked. And then one night, as I was nodding off at my desk, I felt the faintest weight curl up in my shirt pocket. I looked down, and there she was, sleeping, peaceful. I didn't move for hours. Things changed after that. She stayed near me, always. When we walked through the scrapyard, she'd hide in my pocket or sit in my collar, whispering strange little words in her native tongue. I couldn't understand them, but they sounded like lullabies. I built her a custom hoverpod, but she preferred my shirt pocket, claimed it was warm and safe. Her words, not mine. She was fascinated by everything I did. She'd watch as I tinkered, sometimes try to hand me tiny bolts or screws with her thumb-sized hands. Once, I caught her trying to lift a wrench 3 times her size. Don't strain yourself, I chuckled, taking it from her. She puffed her cheeks. I'm strong. I grinned. Yeah, you're the strongest tiny alien girl I've ever met. Her wings fluttered proudly. One evening, a rainstorm hit the station. Harsh winds howled through the metal walls. Power flickered. Lena, who had never seen a storm, buried herself deep into my coat pocket, trembling. I held my hand over her. It's just rain. Won't hurt you. She peeked up at me with wide eyes. Loud, scary. I know, but I've got you. She curled against my chest, wings wrapping around herself. Safe? She whispered. With Jace. I didn't say anything. Just kept my hand there, steady and warm. We never figured out where she came from. Her language had no direct translation. Her biology was fragile, designed for a world with softer gravity, more oxygen. But she stayed. Even when the offer came to transfer me off-world, I turned it down. Couldn't imagine leaving her here alone. Your world, she said one day. Earth. Pretty? I smiled. It has trees, big skies, rivers, birds. She tilted her head. Can tiny people like me go? I chuckled. Tiny people like you are welcome anywhere I go. She smiled. Then I go. The scrapyard isn't much. Rust, dust, old parts nobody wants. But for one tiny alien girl, it became a home. And for me, a guy just trying to get by, it became something more. Every night now, before I fall asleep, I feel her curl into my pocket, her warmth a gentle reminder that even in a galaxy full of cold and forgotten places, some bonds are born in silence and grow louder than words.